Again, I'm asking all businesses to work from home, but today we are announcing a mandatory statewide requirement that no business can have more than 50% of their workforce report to work outside of their home. No more than 50% of the workforce can report for work outside of the home. That is a mandatory requirement. I'm going to do that by executive order, and that is statewide. That will exempt essential services, meaning food delivery, pharmacies, health care, shipping, supplies, etc. Society has to function. People stay at home. People still need to be able to order food, etc. They need to be able to shop. So you have to keep those essential services running. I understand that this is a burden to businesses. I get it. I understand the impact on the economy. But in truth, we're past that point as a nation. There is going to be an impact on the economy, not just here in New York, but all across the country. And we're going to have to deal with that crisis. But let's deal with one crisis at a time, and let's deal with the crisis at hand. And the crisis at hand is a public health crisis. Once we get past that, then we'll deal with the economic crisis.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.